I love it. It's like coming home. The community is great, the environment's great. There's a lot of new building in the area, which is exciting. I'm a captain on Engine 8 here in Timnath, and I've been with Poudre Fire Authority for 30 years. I started as a volunteer back in 1979. So I grew up in Homestead Estates, just off of Prospect and County Road 5. I always loved the community of Timnath, the neighbors, the people. I always knew I'd love to come back here when the opportunity arose.
I started out with Timnath as a volunteer back in 1996. I was a volunteer here for 4 years. My family has been in the Timnath area since the late 1800s. We had farms all up and down the County Line Road south of Harmony. When I got hired, I didn't know if Timnath would ever become a paid station. It had always been my hope to come back here. As soon as they announced it was open, I threw my hand up first and said, pick me, I want to go back out there. It feels good to be here and to serve this community that my ancestors settled in and helped develop.
My whole family, clear back to my great-great-grandparents, were in this area, and I was raised just outside of town. I started as a volunteer almost 8 years ago. I was a volunteer for about 5 years before I got hired on full-time. I was pretty excited when I learned I was going to be coming out here to be one of the firefighters. It's just my home. It's where I grew up, and it's where I started as a firefighter, so it's neat to see this building go from a volunteer station to a paid station.
This is an old meat packing warehouse that we converted into a volunteer fire station. Everybody that's here loves it. It's old, but it's a neat environment. It's in the middle of the town.
This station was set up temporarily to get us out here quicker than when we could build a new station. That worked for the volunteers who lived at home and responded to the station, but now having a full-time crew out here, we needed living quarters. So they ended up converting this front bay into the engine bay so we could go out to the front, converted the back bay into a weight room and shop area to work, and then they put a single-wide manufactured home out back for us to live in. It created a temporary station that we can respond to the community and fulfill the community's needs while the new permanent station is being built.
These are our temporary living quarters. It's basically set up just like a house. So we've got our kitchen, so we can cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner here. We've got 3 bedrooms so we each have our own bedroom each shift. This is our alerting system. It's called a Plectron. This system alerts us to calls wherever we're at in the station, whether we're in the living quarters or over in the office. We get to hear what's going on in the whole department. We also have a VTC system, so we can do video conferencing with every other station, as well as our training center, so we can keep up on our training.
The new station's going to be, approximately 3/4 of a mile from here, just south and a little bit east. And it's going to be real nice, and it's going to be part of Timnath municipalities. We're looking forward to the new facility and serving the community better.